in G Town.
Okay, and the man that you're looking at is Selwyn Jones. Selwyn Jones is the uncle of the late George Floyd, who was the catalyst for a lot of activism in Selwyn's life. And also, we have here Selwyn's daughter, Heather. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So y'all are in town in Goldsboro. Many people don't know that, the George Floyd family hails from
We come from
Eastern North Carolina.
the old Highway 111, man, the tobacco fields. And we've been around here for, God, at least 90 years. We grew up here, our families grew up here, our ancestors grew up here. And, George's other family, extended family, come from Rayford, North Carolina. So we are all country folks, and we are here, and our sister perish and leave us and transition over to the other world. But you know what, man? This is what family does. Family comes together. We came down from I am from South Dakota now, and we came down to show respect and to show our city of Goldsboro love. And hey, guess what? This is a first, because this is the first opportunity I've ever had to do an interview with my baby sis. And this is Miss Heather Jones, my daughter, baby sis.
Okay, so you just lost two family members.
I had two family members in a morgue, two siblings in a morgue at the same time. Now, who would ever? He couldn't write that script. He could literally not write that script, man. And I've got a nephew in hospice. I had a nephew that had a massive seizure after funeral dinner. So, man.
You mean this?
Yeah.
This time?
Yeah, this time. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
My brother Tuesday, and my nephew Sean is doing the cooking.
So
had a massive seizure at McCall's.
the one that's out there cooking right
He's
now.
out there cooking right now.
Wow.
So, man, God is good. God is good, and God will guide the light at you. And, they say sometimes He doesn't put much on you, more on you than you can bear, but sometimes the plate can run over. But all we have to do is keep fighting and keep believing that we can win this battle. And life has to go on. And that's what we're here for, man. We're here celebrating with the family. We're here with George.
So how old was your brother that died?
He was 70.
He was 70.
He was 70.
And the sister that died,
83.
83. Her name was Willie B, right?
Willie
And I had the pleasure.
And this is the crazy thing in the podcast, lady. When you are the baby of 17, you have to endure all of these losses. We're down to 7, from 17 to 7 now. So, my heart's filled. My heart is filled with sorrow. My heart is filled with joy, because me and my remaining siblings and our children and our nieces and nephews are here, and we're just rejoicing, man. And we're loving that life goes on. And we're loving each other. And this brings families together. And hopefully this brings our family together, so we will rejoice and we will care and love each other, because you never know when it's your time to leave, because we all come here with a day to leave.
So how was it growing up? The youngest of 17
I
children.
got beat up, man. I got beat up. I should have been probably somebody else, because I wore my mama's wig, and I got 12 sisters. They put makeup on me, so I could have been born somebody else. But it makes me respect women. It makes me respect family. It showed me a lot of love with a lot of sisters. So, I always figure I had 12 mamas.
Okay.
And today they bossing me around.
Uh-huh.
And that's okay, man, because one thing as a black man, we have to learn how to respect our sisters and our mothers. We have to learn how to respect our nieces. We have to learn how to respect all black women, because they're beautiful. And they've been through hell. So we have to show them the utmost respect, to let them rise up and to be the queens that they are.
And you have how many children?
Well, man, I just got to throw in them monkey wrenches.
I got to ask
This
you.
is one of 9.
One of
This is
nine.
the second of 9, man.
Okay. The third of 9.
Third of 9.
He lost count.
Oh, man, why you want to do that on for Selwyn? Why you want to do that on for Selwyn?
He did.
You know, she's the third of 9, and she's a wonderful young lady. She has 2 babies of her own.
Okay.
And she's come into this wonderful lady, this wonderful woman, and this wonderful human being by continuing to fight. You know, she took those values from her grandmother, and she has empathy in her heart. She has love in her heart. You know, and that's something that is, in this day and age, is hard for a young lady of 35 years old to have a lot of respect. Because you see so many people that don't respect her.
You said 35?
35.
Wow. Wow.
33.
Okay, I was thinking you was 18 or something.
No,
Right?
no,
Okay.
no, don't fill her head
Wow.
up with
Wow.
that, man.
Hey, y'all tell me, yeah, she's
Don't
not.
fill her head up with that. Don't fill
Not
her head up with
33.
that. You know, don't fill her head up with that. And Daddy missed the mark because Daddy has got a 35-year-old.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Hey, people in podcast land, don't look at me and say, "Oh my God, it's just crazy." I have so many things going down. Really missed my daughter's age by 2 years. Christmas is coming, Mama. I got you.
So now, because I have a daughter too now, being a man, how did having daughters change you?
I had 12 sisters.
So it didn't change you.
And pretty much, it made me protective. It made me more irritated and agitated because once they come out with pretty, everything makes you mad. You know them little mannish ass boys out there. Excuse me, this is gospel. You know,
Yeah.
but the little mannish tail boys out there looking at your daughters. You know, so.
Well, you got to remember, you was one of those man's tail boys one day.
But my friend, this is what I tell people whenever I speak. If you don't want to feed it, don't touch it.
That makes sense.
A woman can raise a beautiful human being. It takes a man to raise a young man to teach him how to respect women, learn how to respect himself in that clean way.
Okay, so now I do see you are a very active father in your children's lives. Now, did you have a father growing up? Because
Man, I had 2 or 3 fathers.
Okay.
I had 2 or 3 fathers. I had 12 or 13 mothers.
Okay.
I had a lot of people around me because that's all we had was love.
Okay.
We did not have anything else. We lived out in 111 with an old house and no indoor plumbing, no running water. But love was prominent. My mama gave me so much love I didn't know I was poor until I left that door. And that's something that we don't have a lot of going around this day and age. And if y'all can remember, when there was grandmama that was 62, daughter that was 40 with a 20-year-old baby, and there wasn't a grandkid. Now, the grandmother is 36, the daughter's 20, with a 14-year-old kid with a 2-year-old baby.
Yeah.
So we had that whole generation just totally taken away from us. And we had to get back to that grand because that grand was a staple in life when we grew up.
All right. And for you, seeing because with everything that happened in 2020 sort of thrust your father into the spirit of activism, right? What did that do for you, seeing him like that, getting into activism and, just standing up for what's right? Did that influence you in any type of way?
Did it influence me? Of course. I feel like every day that we take this out of what we do. You don't have to have it on a big scale like my father, but every day that you wake up, you make an impact. And it doesn't matter what type of impact it is, just make an impact.
Now, with the family, right? With the family, how did the family take all of everything that went along with, your relatives passing, being, all in the news every day, all of that? How did the family, his mother, your auntie, take everything?
His auntie, George's mother, died 2 years before him.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
2 days before him.
Okay.
So she wasn't around. And our family was over there. Our family is still over there. And everybody fights battles their own way. Everybody breathes. I breathing in activism. I've spoken at the park. I've spoken at numerous universities. I've spoken at numerous communities, colleges, numerous high schools. Just any place where my voice can be heard, so I can impact people with my voice. Is what I'm on. You know, impacting family members. The Sonia Masseys, the Tyree Smith, Eric Garner, Dante Wright, Dexter Reed Jr., Sonia Bland, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor's. Those are all things that was brought to our attention, but did they really have the attention that they needed? Because there's been a plethora of George Floyds in this world that people never heard of. And that is one of my biggest jobs, is to give people a voice, is to let their voices be heard. Somebody took indecent liberties with somebody else's child, and they have to be accountable. And before May 25th, 2020, nobody was accountable.
And it's funny you say that because I've been covering a lot of recent cases of
Ugly.
a lot of things going on.
Henderson is ugly. Henderson is ugly. The young man that hung himself, supposedly. Come on, man.
So you have paid attention to
I
that.
paid attention. Richard, you know me. I pay attention to all areas of police brutality, of gun violence, of just systemic racism. So it is running rampant. You know, we have the Golden Squad that's in Mississippi trying to get a reduction of sentence. I have heard rumors of Derek Chauvin being released from prison.
I heard that as well.
President got arrested. Well, you know, man, there's a lot of things that happen that shouldn't happen, but they continue to happen. So all we can do is keep fighting. People like me and you to make that difference. You know, and having the young people in the world, like my daughter, join this fight is only going to strengthen that battle. It's only going to strengthen that core of what we're trying to do and what we're trying to create here. And that is a movement that's going to make everybody free.
So you brought it up. I try to stay away from these subjects, but you brought it up with the particular with the particular individual who's being elected. So how do you think that will impact what we've already begun to see?
In 6 or 8 months, I honestly see chaos because there have been rumors that he's going to release all the police officers that have been arrested, and he's going to grant them qualified immunity because they were police officers.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty sad because there's probably 300 police officers and more police officers that are incarcerated for crimes against people.
Okay.
And to release these people back out to the public would be letting serial killers go. Because most of these people have did harm to individuals time and time over. Grayson that killed Sonia Massey, he worked with six different police officers. He has had 2 DUIs. Now think about that. How could you hire somebody that has been at 6 different police officers and had 2 DUIs in 2.5 years? How can you hire people like Derek Chauvin that had 18 violations against him in the last 10 years and he's still able to continue his job? Now, wouldn't you say if we had a better hiring practice that people would be alive today? Because those are time bombs that are waiting to explode. Those are ticking time.
And I'll ask you, Heather, how do you feel that the outcome of the election will affect what's going on?
So, situation, everybody has their own. Unfortunately, I don't believe it's going to benefit us, but that's my opinion. I'm not trying to force that on anybody. Trump does not speak for our culture. He does not speak for us. Unfortunately, he is doing too many changes that we're not not going to agree. So we just have to make sure that we're voting the correct way. It's not all about voting for the president. It's voting for the people that are within our community to make sure that they can implement the laws that need to be implemented. So even if he wants to overturn what we've already put in place, he cannot, based off the people that we put in place and the laws that they create.
Okay. So do you see yourself in activism in the future, or are you already in activism? Why are you looking at me like that?
Truthfully, no,
Okay.
I'm not. I am a mother of two.
Okay.
Father stated. So being in the limelight is not something that I necessarily am asking for, but that's something that I need to for my family and for my father and for the cause and what we need to do to make sure that this doesn't happen to anybody else's family member. Then yeah, I'm here for it.
We need warriors. Not only family warriors, we need you warriors. So anybody that's got a thought or belief that they are wrong, happening, and they want to help correct them, open your mouth. Because if you don't remember the old analogy, a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Well, a closed mouth doesn't change things. And we need a lot of things changed. As black people, as human beings. So help us fight. Help us make a difference. Help us make an impact. Help us save a life. Help us save a soul. Help us save a group. Help us save our world from destruction that it seems inevitable we travel by many people that doesn't look like us. So don't want us to flourish or grow.
All right. So I met you, I think, in where were we at? Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, with I think you said his name. It was a young man who was shot by the police in the back up in Wilmington, Delaware.
It was Cooper.
It was
I think it was Cooper's daughter, wasn't it?
Nah, it was a man. It was I forgot his name.
Man.
But so you were there, and you were, I think you said you had to go somewhere else the next day and everything. So how hard has it been for you since, you has it slowed down any since that time?
4 years before George, 4 years after George, there's been 30% more murders after George. There's been 30% more gun violence after George. So, man, I believe in angels and devils, and I think the devils are having their way right now, brother. The devils are having their way with the world, with society. And the only way that we can continue to make a difference is to fight, to try to create change, because this is a big battle, my brother. This is a big battle. It's been many a moon since I've seen you in Delaware. It's been many a moon since I've seen you in Charlotte, North Carolina. And every time I come to Goldsboro, I gotta holler at my boy, because you're doing a lot of beautiful things. You're impacting a lot of wonderful human beings, or human beings that didn't know they were wonderful. Because sometimes all people need to know is people care. All they need to do is have a door open, because every day you wake up with two things: a choice and a chance. If you make good choices, you create more chances for yourself. And that's all we need. Remember, communicate, conversate, motivate, and educate. And always dream, breathe, and believe.
So I think last time you were here, we went out to eat at McCall's. Was that for another passing?
That was for my sister that just passed and was just buried today. She was in the hospice.
Oh, okay. So you came to visit her. Okay. I remember.
Gotta show your respect, brother.
Yeah, I remember.
You gotta show people how you feel about them, about how you treat them.
Okay. Now, was she cognizant when you
Every time
came?
you see this beautiful face, she had to wake up and she smiled to that Selwyn. I
Yeah.
got her to smile. I got her to dollar. So my heart was filled. My heart will always be filled with that sister, because she wasn't a voice for this person. But as they were saying in church today, boy, watch out. Be cool, or she always had those one-liners. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was just her demeanor. She never got stressed or been out of shape or anything. but you just knew when she had one. And in this world that we're living in, a lot of people are getting tired. Well, she just got tired. She got tired. My brother got tired.
But she was 83 though, so she lived a long,
She led
fulfilling life.
She led a good life. She had impact on a lot of beautiful people, especially our kids. And you know, she had time here to make a bigger impact on earth, but I reckon the Lord needed another angel to come and help her out because he got a good one. He got a good one.
So what is next for you?
Oh God, what's next for me? To drive 30 hours back to South Dakota through the snow. We have a podcast, obviously, Setting It Straight with Selwyn. Everybody should join in. If you hear something you like, hit the subscribe button, share it. Come holler at your boy.
Setting It Straight with
Setting
Selwyn.
It Straight with Selwyn. That's my podcast. It's
Okay.
on Apple, it's on Spotify, anywhere you find your podcast at. Setting It Straight with Selwyn's on Facebook, Instagram, you know, TikTok, you name it, we're on it. Uncle Selwyn 929, you know, my foundation. We've got some work that we have to do in St. Louis in December. We've got some speaking engagements in New York and Maryland that we got to get to. So we're busy, man. We're busy.
So let me ask you though, because you're from Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Goldberg.
How did a little country boy like you end up in South Dakota? Because I don't know too many of us in South Dakota.
I went to play football about 30 years ago.
And
And
30 years
time
ago?
was up. Yeah, my time
So was that where you was born, in South
Let
Dakota?
him continue.
Okay.
So I can say it straight.
Okay,
Yeah,
go
oh,
ahead.
yeah.
All right,
It was
okay.
24 years ago.
24 years ago.
24
Okay.
years ago. My time was up. And you know what? I wanted to still think and feel like I could do things that I couldn't do. And time ran out. As on everything in life, you have a time limit. You have a shelf life. And I went to South Dakota, and football was over. Started working, selling vacuums. Vacuum cleaner salesman, best of worst.
Okay.
The best ever gonna be. And I met a girl, and I just stayed. You know, and we bought some hotels and some houses, and then George died, and all of that dream sort of kind of fell through. We still have all of our stuff, but it's without me now because my job is to make a difference in this world and to impact people's lives in a positive way.
Okay.
Little girl.
Now set them straight.
Set me straight.
What happened? How is it being his daughter? Because we see the public laughing guy, the jokester, straightforward guy. So what do we don't know about Pops? Not just because he's sitting right there. What did you have to set him straight about? What happened?
Oh, no, he got the story right. He got the story
Okay.
right. He got it
All right.
I thought he was going to be a little shaky, but he got it right. He got
Oh,
it right this time.
okay. So where were you born? Were
I
you?
was born in Goldsboro.
Okay.
I was born in Wayne County.
Okay, Wayne County.
Actually, I was born, the hospital actually refused my mother.
Huh?
They refused her. They said that she was not in labor.
Oh my
And I was
God,
born
girl,
at
really?
the
We're gonna
house.
do this.
Oh, for real? You was born like he was born, probably.
She was born on 111 at an old trailer park called Dutch Pines.
Dutch Pines with my birth cord wrapped around my neck 3 times.
Oh, my-
And my father
oh.
peeking through the window, not in the room,
Oh,
but
man.
the window.
He was peeking through the window.
Oh
He
man.
was scared. He was scared.
Oh,
He
man.
couldn't
Oh,
do it. He
man.
couldn't do it. So yeah, growing up with Daddy was amazing. I was the baby. You know, I slept on his chest every night. Every time I was sick, that was my man. You know, that was my daddy.
Oh my God. You know what? Oh my God. It
It's
just
hard
brought
for
me back.
anybody to come into my life and not be, you know.
Okay, okay.
That just brought me back, man.
What did it bring you back to?
I was taking
Going to
care
the
of her
hospital.
ever since I was born.
Going to the hospital. Getting her mother checked out. Not being dilated enough. And we made it back to the house. And as soon as we got to the house, she said she had to go to the bathroom. And then she hollers and screamed, "Help me!" And guess who was coming? Heather was coming in the side of her short She was coming.
Did you see the black hair?
Yes.
So one of my daughters,
And
when I saw the
passed
black
out,
hair,
dog.
I was like, "What is
I
that?"
fell out, man.
It
I
was
fell
the
out. I was
head.
like, oh my God, help me.
He went running out.
I called my mama, help me, help me. And Lord and behold, look at this beautiful princess I have down. Oh my God.
My mother and my grandmother delivered.
I did not
Oh
eat
wow!
in
So
a
you got
month.
delivered by midwives.
Yes.
So they been doing it though.
Yeah,
Like,
my mama
they
had
should do it.
14 babies, so you know,
Yeah.
she was a pro
Grandmother
at
was
it.
the perfect person to
Yeah.
deliver me.
Oh my.
So how is y'all relationship now? Because he's way in South Dakota and you're here. Like, how do y'all kind of bridge that gap?
I miss her. And I'm sure to talk to her coming out to South Dakota. She has everything she needs, including the snow. But I'm sure she's going to tell me that I'm crazy because she don't want to come out to South Dakota in the snow. But we communicate, and I love my baby, and I'm getting her involved in a lot of the things that I'm doing. You know, because this is a family effort, and this is a team effort. And you always have to have people around you that you can count on and believe in. And in this world, that's a very small thing of people you can count on. And you know, and families important. So you know, we're bringing her into the fold. We're gonna have her find her spot. We're gonna flourish and grow from there, and just keep making an impact on this.
Would you ever consider going to?
Back to South Dakota.
Oh, back? Oh, so you was there one time,
Yeah,
visiting or lived?
living.
I lived there.
Oh yeah, a few times. Like, why a few? Like, it's,
South Dakota is not for everybody. I deem to be around culture.
okay. It's not.
South
It's
Dakota doesn't offer that much culture for me.
South Dakota. Like, what is the blackest city in South Dakota?
There's not one.
They're not. South Dakota is
There's not
the less populated place for majority besides Oregon.
The who?
They got
Oregon?
900,000 people in South Dakota, probably 2,000 black.
Only 900,000.
Yeah.
So everybody spread out because South Dakota is real big, right?
It's rural.
Yeah, it's all
It's
rural.
beautiful.
It's beautiful.
If you want to go see sunflowers, go to sunflowers. That's where you
But if you
Go
wanna
to Sunflowers.
Yep.
That's the
If
name
you
of the
wanna go see a
town?
black
no.
person,
Oh.
Just fields of sunflowers. That's where you.
if you want to go see a black person,
Uh-huh.
it's probably not where you want to go.
No, you can go see one.
I literally could go if my sons weren't there. I could probably go until I left town.
So let me ask you, how does that work for you? Because if people are not used to seeing black people, then they may have an aversion of seeing a black person. You tell me after he tells me.
It's hard being black in South Dakota. It's hard being Uncle Joe in South Dakota. I've got the Confederate flag taken off the place uniform and patch. So yeah, I have not went into a store in the town that I'm from in 4 years.
Why?
Because
They know
if
you.
say something derogatory about me as a human being, why would I give you my money? And
Oh.
I've had people like F off nigger beside a wall and leave it there for 8 months. You know, I've been kicking it at a park they don't have a no trespassing sign on it. So 'cause I don't have any interaction with the town folk. I pretty much basically stay to
So you're a recluse,
I'm a recluse.
just with the family and the son. But your son is involved in sports, right? So you gotta go interact, right?
I
Or you?
got to, but I got the best seat in the house because if I show up, everybody scatters, and I don't mind that.
Okay.
I don't mind that.
And
I
what-
show up, everybody scatters.
What was your experience as far as culturally?
In South Dakota?
Yeah.
I was the oddball.
Yeah.
Being biracial, I'm either too black for the white people or I'm too white for the black people.
But there was no black people, or was it? Like growing,
So
like
in South Dakota, I was the blackest of the black. They've never seen anything blacker than me, you know. And for me, that was not an issue, but they wanted me to be something that I'm not, and I'm biracial. I'm Heather, you know. I make my own name. I say my own name. I love South Dakota. It's just not a place for me. Cultural wise, there's nothing there. I'm Native American as well. But I learned a lot about my nativeness, my roots out there. But other than that, North Carolina's home. I have all 4 seasons.
Yeah. And what are the seasons up there in South Dakota?
One,
One cold.
snow.
So it's
Spring,
what about
fall
what about July?
fall and summer. Oh, it's warm. We get about 80
Okay.
degrees. About 80 degrees.
It is nice. That's when your sunflowers come in and stuff like that. And
You
the
got
little-
August, September, and about 2 weeks in October. After that,
Cold.
yeah, it's snowing up there now.
So do you like that though? So because many people like when I do stories about like Mississippi and Arkansas, the little towns like that, and people like, well, why do you stay? Why don't you move?
I like the peace.
You like the
I
peace,
like the peace.
so nobody bothers
The
you.
big hustle and bustle that I have to go and deal with, I don't have to deal with there.
Okay.
I can go to my motel or go to a house and do my daily workings, go to my studio, and it's peaceful.
Okay.
I have no chaos.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to leave with the audience? This was an impromptu interview, real quick.
I wanted to sing it this time,
See,
but I'm not going to do it.
what would you sing?
Jingle bells, jingle bells rock. Yeah.
So, are y'all ready for Christmas? There we have a Christmas tree already up in here.
It's time.
Okay.
It's time. All I want people to know is love each other. Keep fighting. Keep striving to be great and never give up. Dream, breathe, and deliver. Dream, breathe, and deliver.
Dream, breathe, and deliver.
Happy Thanksgiving and God bless you all.
All right. And Miss Heather, any last words? I thank y'all so much for giving me some time out of your day.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it. It's been a great opportunity to have the other podcast with you guys. So next time.
My
Happy
daughter.
holidays, guys.
Until, hey, find your boy everywhere, all the time.
Okay, Uncle Selwyn.
65, Uncle Selwyn.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Later, brother.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I'll holler at y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and love.
I'll